Chinese students memorize large amounts of information every day. Many of us struggle to remember even one formula. And if you're honest, you've probably blamed yourself for that. But the difference isn't intelligence. It's not talent. It's not even how many hours you study. It's the study technique. In this video, I'll share 3 Chinese study techniques based on structure, cognitive memory, and active practice. Techniques that help you remember what you study for a long time. But here's the important part. If you listen casually, nothing will change. If you apply even one of these, the way you study will never feel the same again. Let's hack your memory, the Chinese way. Technique 1. Character decomposition. Chinese students don't try to memorize everything at once. They break things down. Most students don't fail because the content is hard. They fail because they try to swallow everything whole. Let me explain with an example. When you first see a human cell diagram, it looks complicated, right? So many lines, so many labels. And most people make the same mistake here. They try to memorize the whole diagram at once. Instead, you start small. This is the nucleus. It controls the cell. This is the mitochondria. It produces energy. These are ribosomes. They make proteins. Only after understanding these parts does the entire cell suddenly make sense. Chinese students study everything this way. Characters, formulas, concepts. Structure comes first. If you're memorizing without understanding structure, your brain is doing unnecessary work, and that's why memory feels heavy. Technique 2. Active recall. Most people study by reading the same notes again and again and thinking, I understand this. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Understanding feels productive. Remembering is what actually matters. Chinese students study differently. After studying a topic once, they close the book and ask themselves questions. What was the formula? What was the definition? At first, they forget. And that's normal. In fact, if you don't forget, you're probably not challenging your brain at all. That struggle you feel while trying to remember, that effort is what builds long-term memory. If studying feels too easy, it's usually not working. You've learned only 2 techniques so far, but if you stop here, you'll stay average. The most powerful part is still coming. Technique 3. Teaching back. In Feynman Technique. After studying, most people stop and move on. They close the book and assume the job is done. But that's where learning usually breaks. Chinese students take one more step. They teach what they've learned. Imagine you studied a topic today. Now imagine a younger student asks you, "Can you explain this to me?" If you truly understand it, you'll explain it simply. If you hesitate, get confused, or overcomplicate it, that's not bad news. That's feedback. It shows you exactly where your understanding is weak. Here's the rule. No exceptions. If you can teach it clearly, you understand it well. If you can't teach it, you don't understand it yet. That's why teaching is one of the most powerful learning tools in the world. Today, you learned 3 Chinese study techniques: character decomposition, active recall, teaching back. These aren't tricks, they're habits. Subscribe to Assembly Mind, where studying isn't cramming. It's a skill you master,